How fast do you spend that 2 million, if you remember?
I think within a year we done with 2 million.
Gosh. Yeah.
So we thought we can last for 3 years. I didn't.
You mentioned that you already have enough to comfortably retire. The decision route is, do I retire or do I go on to solve more problems?
That is where I need to correct myself. I thought money is just money. We always see something we want to do and want to solve. When you decided to become an entrepreneur, you should not have doubt in your journey. You must succeed. The moment you start, you must think of finishing. If you don't think of finishing, I suggest not to start.
How did your team take the news that they were going from a telco to a banking tech firm? What was the decision you made at that moment?
We kind of zombie at the time. We just don't know what to do.
When did you manage to get Visa as your partner?
How you differentiate yourself that you are better is to have some.
Today we have a special guest coming all the way from Malaysia, Owen Chen. And we're going to talk about FinTech. We're going to talk about his entrepreneur journey, how he started from a surprising industry, which we will share in a while, and how he managed to pivot into this tight compliance, very difficult to enter industry in the FinTech space.
And I heard also that he lost his first fortune as well and then had to redo or restart in that sense. So let's find out more about his story.
Most people talk about success like it's a race, very fast, very loud, shiny. But what if the real winners are the ones who finish and not the ones who start first? Owen's story here isn't about luck or viral growth. It's about building slow with grit and honesty. From selling ringtones and making his first pot of gold in the telco industry, to then pivoting to the bank and the finance industry, where he's now able to build bank-grade fintech that's trusted by Visa. He invested multi-millions, went 3 years without income, but he never doubted himself or given up. What kept him going was something he calls crossing the finish line. The point when you decide no matter how long or how far it takes, you finish what you started. This is Man on a Mission show, where we talk to founders who build with purpose, not just profit.
Hi, my name is Owen. The original mission is to offer the value to the business owner to not just to streamline their business operations, but to grow their business using our product.
Alright, Owen, welcome to our show.
Thank you.
How are you feeling?
Feeling normal?
Really normal? Okay. I read on LinkedIn that recently Neurogene Group managed to raise a 20 million.
Yes.
So congratulations on that.
Yes, we're thankful to the shareholders who have very trust in us. They have a full confidence in us to how we grow beyond Malaysia. That's why the investment is just nice for us to grow our company.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So I want to talk a little bit more about FinTech, because I think FinTech is a word being used a lot, right? But nobody really knows what's behind FinTech.
I mean, besides the point that it's financial and technology put together, what exactly does FinTech mean?
Yeah. So maybe you could give our audience a very layman understanding of what you understand of FinTech industry.
Well, in general, FinTech is how to use today technologies to apply in the financials industries. That's the whole juice of the FinTech means. But FinTechs, what we see, many of them is just use a web browsers, connect back to backend, very flat databases to transact. Whether it's to register, whether you want to do transactions, whether you want to make setting in your accounts.
Yeah.
That's about a FinTech. Now, when I first thought of FinTech, we just think about, hey, I'm a good programmer. I can do whatever you want to tell me. I can just do it for you, right?
Yeah.
FinTech is very highly regulated. They scrutinize not just your code, but how you can make the business continuity planning. There's always been uptime, regardless whether it's maintenance or upgrades, do any enhancements. So they need to have a continuous plan. So you have to taking care of earthquakes, floods, the person left the role. The system have to be intact.
I see.
Yeah.
So later we'll talk more about his story of how he enters a relationship with regulatory firms, especially banks, and how he managed to go into that space, right? Which is very, very difficult. But yeah, he will share more about that later.
Yeah, I'm assuming that there must be a big story because, I mean, if given that FinTech is such high compliance and stuff like that, right? Having to go into that when you are not from that background, that is a tremendous shift.
Sounds crazy, but very bold and It's somewhere, it's a survival instincts.
So it's a real story of an entrepreneur with grit, someone who broke through the space where it's very hard to break through. And it's all about innovation, right? And the mindset behind getting there. So Owen, I want to start from where you begin, right? So you were sharing with me about your first business, and you were selling ringtones to telco companies.
Right.
Yeah, could you share a little bit more about that past?
Well, I started as a SI, system integrator, and worked with all the giants of companies, Microsoft, Novell, and OS2. So the time is more about getting the network together. The time is just a 2G and not the time it's a Nokia and Motorola. How are we going to make sure your phone is always online, right? So you need some sort of a network management systems. Their wake up is our sleeping time.
Yeah.
But the problem is very intense. We have to get this done during the upgrade, right? We need to have a windows of few hours where you have a lot of disappointment. The product is what they say in the brochures, what they say in the specifications. It doesn't deliver what it says. It is quite disappointing when your customer is disappointed in you. There's a first sense of a little bit of entrepreneurship. Why we have go through this kind of product, to enhance it. We have more control of it. So that's where we start to understand how to build a product to be more independent. It is not coming from cost-wise. It's more about how am I going to don't receive that kind of intense call from your customer. What should I do the next call when this thing happens again? So we constantly have to find a way to reduce our pressure, right? To reduce our complaints from our customers or even my bosses.
Yeah.
So the more and more we do, the more and more we have more confidence. And I said management itself is just, no one cares about management because, if I said this process have 1, 2, 3, if you get 1 is do well, but 2, 3 is still mess, output is still mess.
Yes.
Yes.
So then you say that why don't we look into something that can value add, something can generate revenue, sort of saving costs. So saving costs is like, I was quoted by one customer that, why, you think I no money to spend? So you help me to save costs, is it?
Oh.
So just tell me how we make more money. I've spent more money on you to make more profits.
Yeah.
So I think that, no one taught me this. Because my parents always tell me that save money and be frugal,
Yes.
You know when it's a rainy days.
Yeah.
But it comes to the business person, why, you think I have no money to spend?
Wow,
So
mindset
that's
change.
a client or a customer? End user, is it?
It's end user.
Okay.
It's a big customer.
Yeah.
And of course, along the way, you make a lot of a new perspective of how they see things, right? So we always see things as just a 2D dimension. But this thing is way beyond my 2D dimension. So I said, how come I never thought of that, right? So that's where we come say, why don't we make an applications that can generate revenue, by, can see 24/7, 365 days. I said, what kind of service is that? Are you in a dream, What sort of syrup you just drank, So we were just constantly asking ourselves, what is that? What is that? So then the technology got advancement and we constantly talked to the big giants like Nokia, Ericsson, Lucent, and those guys. Some of them, others, it doesn't exist anymore. But So I said, hey, then we just spoke up to the big giants and say, look, I know you want this. You will not focus this because focus on big revenue. Why not this small size and let me do? So I said, there's a lot of ringtones. There's this ringtone last time, the ringtones just download and play in a Nokia phone.
Yeah.
So, and everybody want to be unique, right? Until today, they want to be unique. The dressing, the car, the watches, and how they put into your bag and making difference. So I said, hey, if we can make the ringtone that I call you is you, or maybe your ringtone today your mood is different, your different ringtones, and we can build this ringtone. So I said, this time can make money because everybody bring ringtone. Because last time we buying DVD and CDs and so forth. So I said, hey, why don't we do the ringtone and just talk to... So we go to one of the largest telco providers, Ericsson. So we just walk downstairs and they look at me and say, okay lah, because they do hundreds of millions of dollars. So how much is yours? I said, mine's only a few $100,000 US. $300,000 US? Yeah. Okay. They give it a try.
Wow. Okay.
So
you asked them for funding?
No. No. No.
It's just the cost is just way lower than what they were accustomed
Yeah,
to
because
spending.
we know how to manage the network really. We
Yes.
know all
Right.
the protocol. Those
Right.
protocol, too technical, but there's the telco protocol. It's called SS7 and so forth, so on. So we say, why don't I can think the signal, I can identify is you, and then play the songs that you sent.
Yeah.
And we can set by time, by your birthday, and so forth. We can very accurate to say how to making sure that even you travel from one base station to another base station, your profile suit, the ringtones will follow you.
So I want to take a pause here. That's very interesting, right? Because we are witnessing the birth of the first product to market fit. You know, and a lot of times when business owners, they go through the journey, they go through years of hardship without any breakthrough. And sometimes it's to prepare for that moment. So it's just like what you mentioned about your journey, doing the network, right? Creating the network.
Net management.
Yeah, the management. And it was, you didn't see the end of it. So you keep asking yourself the question, what is a product that people can use it? Is tagged to their identity, and it's not about saving costs.
Yes.
And because of your experience in network management, you could come up with a product that can be produced at very low cost, lower than what the industry would have expected.
Right.
And that gave you the jump start to the new product.
Yes.
Yeah.
So then we just zip it to to now. So when on social media, there are also a lot of open source code, right?
Yeah.
And open source code changed the whole landscape.
Yes.
But on the other hand, open source code also impact on the price point.
Yes.
So when you having this kind of salary and pay sort of this your minimum commitment of your house and car minimum, right? So you can't lower down your salary package. When the new kids from school, fresh graduate, they have new ideas, they can use open source code to start.
Yeah.
So when you open source code starts, so everything is start cheaper,
Yes.
right? Faster.
Yes.
So that's where people come to the markets. When I was talking for Ericsson, I said I can from millions dollars to few $100,000.
Yeah.
Imagine that can do tens of $1,000s.
So now using AI, writing code, $20.
Yes, correct. So
yeah.
that's why we found telco. At the time, ringtone is my first pot of goals that I earned. It makes millions and millions of dollars, and then the thing is shrinking.
Yeah.
And then China came to in the market.
Right.
Use it first, pay later.
Use it first and pay later.
does.
Wow.
Just like
Okay.
right now, it's buy now, pay later.
Yes.
Yeah.
But those systems were hundreds of millions of dollars.
Right.
So China comes in there to say that you can pay me later $100 million, but
Wow.
use it first.
Wow.
So everyone got impacted. Every big incumbent telco providers like
Right.
Nokia, Lucent, Nortel, Ericsson's, you name it. Those guys are impacted tremendously. So of course, they also says that whatever you do, that few $100,000 for ringtone is included. If you buy my big machine, this is free.
Yeah.
That's where we felt that how can we say something so easily to be replaced? Why the customer trust them without trying to record
Yeah.
and just replace? So we quite naive that we work so hard, we have done so much proving, and this shift we takes years. So we are not prepared for, we plan for 10 years, and this can change in 1 year. That time, then they had no 3G yet, right?
Yeah.
Still the broadband is very expensive, but they can move very fast from the new players, China. Let's give us another new perspective. How are we going to get to the markets and constantly build our revenue?
Yeah.
So it was disrupted essentially within 1 year.
Yeah,
of
within
setting
1
it.
year,
Wow.
we just don't know what to do. We just hope that whatever they claim is not true. I choose not to take that chance. I have to think the alternative. I think somewhere that I can constantly grow what I have built and learned and experienced.
Yeah.
So that tells me that working hard, working extra hours, I have a good manners doesn't make it cut. Because we're doing telco, that time is very forefront technologies,
really.
very forefront. You're not talking about document management, not talking about printers and camera. A lot of things disrupted, right? From camera to kind of phone taking cameras.
Yeah.
At the time, it's all transitions. Every time, everything is transitions. Everything is have to review again. Whatever design 10 years ago, almost everything is redefined.
Wow. So at that point, you spent about 10 years doing network management and you pivot on the last year to go into ringtone,
Yes.
selling of ringtones. And
Yes.
that lasted for 1 year before the Chinese came in.
The ringtone lasts 10 years.
Oh, 10 years.
10
Okay.
years.
Actually, it's 10 years, then gradually we're drinking. The spending takes some years. Let's say it takes a few years, but the drinking takes short, half the time.
So it was like almost 1 year, and the disruption happened within the 1 year. Is
Yeah,
that
this
correct?
one 1 year that we have to see the few dots in front. If this time going down, how fast it will go down.
Right.
Yes, it gets
Yeah.
faster and faster,
Yes.
especially with AI
So
now.
we're dealing with many uncertainty.
Yeah.
But one thing for sure we know, this only way is down. There won't be a stay there. So we know this the trend is definitely is down.
Yeah.
So what are we going to do? The technology that we have will be not required.
Obsolete.
And we have so many of our open source code to just throw in, just download and you try yourself.
What was the decision you made at that moment?
We're kind of zombie at the time. We just don't know what to do. We're just hanging there. We try to talk to many people. We go to places that we talk to some of the locals, feedbacks.
Yeah.
And then one day I'm making some payment, and how come my payment takes so long? Why you hold my money? And I says that this is simple to solve. I says this banking is very dinosaur. And I says that it was so frustrating as I had to pay some transaction fee and I have to sit down quietly and patiently. I cannot complain and holding my money.
Yeah.
So what are we? This is my money. You have whenever speed is depend on you. And I have to wait for the officer that comes in first before approve it. Why is that so?
Yeah.
Because we tend to get ringtone and then we can change our profile ringtones so easy, right? And I can buy ringtone now and then enjoy my ringtone the next second, right? So we have this kind of very responsive kind of service. Why my banking services that I experience is not like this?
So that gave you inspiration for
So-
your lead.
The spark lah.
So I just said like, why I not taught that? So, and then we hold the thought is not trying to help them to save money, help them to grow money. They
Correct.
can spend money in fact their bank,
Yeah.
and there definitely is a good paymaster because at the bank.
Yes.
So whatever it is worth entering and explore. Then of course you have all kinds of CVs that I've done, or what kind of systems, how complete the system, your database is, how friendly and how streamlined it is, and how powerful it is. All these things are all technical, right? So we walk to the bank, and of course from Ericsson profile we have an Oracle profile, and we call Maybank, right? Maybank is the largest bank in Malaysia. So we just make appointment through friends and make this banking people for banking services. So moving to the call how to make the terminal, last time the payment terminals, because I get the real-time reports because I'm very good at database.
Yes.
So I said, why have to wait end of the month to get reports? Why have to wait, press the button yourself? Remember to press the button to settle to get reports. If you don't get buttons settlements, you don't get reports and you get your payment later. So I said, wouldn't it be nice that you can see your reports of the day to tell you that how you prepare for your next day?
Yeah.
What kind of food you should prepare, and you have a kind of BI, business analytics, business intelligence for you in real time. That you can see this thing, then can prepare and plan your business, right? And because payment will tell you your trend, your income, your goods that we stock. So all these things you need. So why don't you look into that? So we have an idea taking from the telco, moving to the banks. That time not called FinTech yet. Let's just go to the bank. I can tell you the reports about that. We don't know what's a called FinTech at the time.
Yeah.
So I said, well, then this lady tell me, oh, what you do? I said, a little bit, who are we? We've done this, we've done the telco, we've done very perfectly telcos, and big brand customers, ours. Then the bank says, I said, what you just tell me this is, you can do it? Yeah, I can do it. Then ask me, have you done it? No. Have you tested it? Have you deployed it? So say, we can't rely on you. What you could, you would, or you should, or you could. All these things is not our banking practice.
Wow.
And I says that, do you know compliance? I look at her. What compliance? So another wake-up call, when you go to the bank, it's not about how great is your programming, your technical competence. It's about compliance.
Oh.
We see the gap. We see the gap in financial sectors, but we know zero about compliance.
Yeah.
Because that is where we have to rethink how am I going to move from telco, which is tremendous shrinking in a very rapid pace, and then you have a gap to get compliance. Because if you look the schedule of compliance, let's say you are standard one, that kind of competence level in compliance, and reaching to a graduate, it will take many years.
Wow. So at that point, what do you say to your team, or how do your team take the news that they were going from a telco to a banking tech firm?
So I'm quite frugal from young. So we make quite a lot of money in telco, selling ringtones. Just selling Valentine songs already a lot of money.
Seasonal songs.
So,
Yeah.
I remember those days, right?
Valentine's very commercial.
Valentine's, Christmas songs,
Yeah.
and Chinese New Year. So so that's why we make a lot of money, because we go by transactions. So we get to know, we have this money. I got two choices, right? Either I just retire and keep my money in my bank and slowly spend my money and travel around the world, or I do something that I frustrated with. Yeah. The bank charge me money and I have to listen to the bank, and at his mercy.
So would you mind sharing with the audience how much was that sum that you had in your bank? A rough figure.
If a double-digit millions of ringgit.
I see.
And so it took majority of this money and start the business to do. I say that I calculate this very, very ballpark about calculations. With my skill, with my confidence levels, determinations, I can get it done in 2 years. Except put in 2 million ringgit.
Okay.
So I take the 2 million ringgit and starts. And the more I start, then I say, oh no, cannot. It's not about just your skill. You need to buy tools, buy those compliance from Visa, Masters. You're talking a few 100,000, right? 100,000 here, 100,000 there. And test each time you fail test, it charge you 5,000 US.
Wow.
It's not my. I didn't do it didn't expect correctly. I fail one, I restart again, and restart takes another few months to reschedule the test.
Wow.
Test schedule.
Right.
Because you're not the only one do testing in the world.
Yeah.
So the way to pay for Visa, Master, says, sir, when you ready. So we have to not just the time is ticking, salary taking away, operation cost is taking away. The tools have to invest. So that 2 million is instantly just
Wiped
not
out.
enough. Just not enough.
How fast do you spend that 2 million, if you remember?
I think within a year we done with 2 million.
Gosh. Yeah.
So we thought we can last for 2, and it's a little bit more frugal, which can last 3 years. I didn't, so I restarted already. I restarted. I need to finish this line. I need to cross this finishing line. So I said, hey, I just take money out from my bank account. Of course, my wife doesn't know it. Now she knows it.
Now she knows.
So we keep on plunging in injecting the money. And the most challenging part is we come from telco. There are not many telco both in bank. So booking in bank, they are very rigid.
Yes.
They really run on IBM systems.
Yeah.
Very rigid, and very rigid. Everything's rigid in the banks. So we have no one to counter check. The only way to counter check is to hire some people from outside Malaysia, right? Pay their consultant services by day. 1 day is at times very high. It's like, what? $700 US 1 day?
Wow.
2 days, 1,004, 10 days.
Yeah.
I take out this 1,000. How can we going to pay this consultants? But we have to pay, right?
Yeah.
So I re-inject the money again to get knowledge, right? To people to tell us that this test is correct. You're missing this, missing that. Before I failed, pay the 5,000 test, retest again.
Wow.
So to save the 5,000, we have to spend a few more thousand to get consultancy.
Wow. So all in all, do you recall how much do you actually put back into the second phase of your business?
I just constantly putting money, don't even count it.
Yeah.
It's just very, very tunnel vision and want to cross the finishing line.
Yes.
So no matter how much money, I just have to draw it out my bank account. So that's where Along the way, we have small incomes from telco. Ringtones still survive.
One more year.
For millions millions of dollars or revenues drop down a few hundred thousand. So we take the few hundred thousand to roll our business operations.
Yeah.
But I'm quite curious though, from a emotional standpoint, as an entrepreneur, as a business founder as well, right? You mentioned that you already have enough to comfortably retire. And the decision route is, do I retire? Take that money, I mean, we can probably do some investment and, live very comfortably.
Yeah.
Or do I go on to solve more problems? Right, but how do you really see that in your mind, and what kind of emotions are going through? Is it like a personality thing? I just cannot sit still. I need to solve some problems. Or you just feel like some things are bigger that you need to be there and to change things?
That is where I need to correct myself. That time I don't know how to value money. I thought money is just money. We always see something we want to do and want to solve. Typical engineer mindset. I think most of the engineers out there will agree with me. So we very much just want to solve problems. We're not very good in financing, managing our finance. We just want to solve problems, sometimes through frustrations, sometimes through many disappointments. We just have obligations and responsibility to improve it. Most of the engineers who very much don't sit still, they still have this kind of mindset. Not just me, there are a lot out there. And so many of the Singapore audience will agree with me. I do this because I just can't see these problems continue to being bullied by the bank. And making this, if I suffer this, I think millions of people suffering this. So we become a very naive, sincere mindset, but at the expense of my own earning money.
Yeah. How did your family or friends, did they tell you otherwise, or did they advise you to stop, or did they support you all the way?
They support, very supportive. My family, my brothers, my wife, everyone is supportive. But they don't know how much I'm spending, right?
Yeah.
I don't tell them, I spend so much money. So we keep it that to ourselves. I'm very much that I motivate my people. Hey, why don't we do this? This is how bright it is. This market problem is huge. If we have this problem, I think the rest of the 200 countries have the same problems. But it's not about this numbers, right? Because we talk numbers. But reaching that size numbers need a lot more marketing dollars and energies and resources.
Yeah.
So we just talk about the numbers on our screen, put in the numbers on our screen. We trim out programs and say, this is achievable. Theoretically achievable, so best case scenario and worst case scenario. So I think we can do it.
Yeah.
So that's where that okay lah. So I see my bank account, a many digit there. I said okay lah, let's do it.
Yeah.
I see.
So that time we were very much not prepared. Our staff, our engineers' skills are not prepared for compliance. You write in your code in 100 lines, I can write my codes in 10 lines. So the banking is not like this.
So do you make a decision to keep your team members and all upgrade their skills together, or fire them and find experienced people?
Some then don't want to proceed. They
Right.
prefer back to their telco expertise. Some don't want to change. They're very comfortable where they are. They want to keep the money. Some then says, Owen, you can lead to here. I believe you lead to another milestone. A lot of some drop off, then we retrain the new people, retrain the new CTOs, and so forth. So a lot of readings. I can tell compliance is about a lot of reading and understanding. Every bank's different policies. Every country has a different compliance. So of course, it started in Malaysia. We didn't know just not the technical, but also Malaysia has its own cartel of acceptance you as a provider.
I'm sure, especially for regulated industries, right?
Have you done before? Have you worked in Boeing before? No. I work very well in the telco. Oh, okay, let's just keep quiet. Right? Or they don't pick up anymore.
I see.
So
describe to me your first breakthrough.
Well, the first breakthrough is I have to fly to Cambodia and I tell to the bank, free, use my system free. Let me understand your banking environment.
Yeah.
And that free also takes about 9 months to consider to be free.
Wow.
Yeah, right. 9 months.
So you
of
were in
traveling.
Cambodia for 9 months, or you flew back and then went back again?
back and forth. It's only about 1.5 hours flight. It's
Yeah.
very short. So we flew many times because Cambodia this time also regulation is not very tight because a new country going to the banking
Yeah.
industry.
Yeah.
So they're not very tight.
Still developing.
So developing, very relaxed in the regulations. So I can understand more or less. So I just go down there and explore all those core banking, Oracle core banking systems, and so many new terms, right? But for us, it's just want to understand the compliance,
Yeah.
the coding, how complex we can understand very fast.
How do you get into Cambodia? Did someone give you that relationship there, or?
Yeah, I said let's explore. Cambodia is a upcoming countries, a lot of
Wow.
developments there. Things are still very reasonable in terms of cost of livings, and the flight tickets are cheap that time. It's nearby, so might as well take the Cambodia.
I see. Wow.
Yeah.
So these moments are very magical for entrepreneurs, especially, right? Because it's
Yeah.
that one step that you inch closer towards that goal, and that one magical breakthrough just open up new doors.
Yeah. I mean, it is usually a turning point, right?
Yeah, because the poor cold shower from the lady in the Maybank, not to mention her name, will bring me up that I must deliver this product and done it before with track records. So if non-bank give me an opportunity to prove our product, it works and compliance to the world standard or the central bank, then it's very difficult to go to any banks.
I see.
Of course, some of them will be disagree. Some of them will laugh at me. Why you give free? What happened to all your expenses? Nothing is free. I look at the points that you never heard from this lady from Maybank to give me a cold shower. So I
Yeah.
says I can't. I won't share with you. But I know it's required to
It's
get
necessary to get there.
to get some first sight.
Right.
So it's the first sight your first breakthrough to enter, moving from a telco to financial industry. It's kind of happy at the same time you cry
Why?
because free, you pay for free. At the same time, like you get the job. I can work in a big company, but it's free. So
Yeah.
like an intern but free. So
Even worse than an intern.
But it kind of makes sense in a way, right? Because from the business point of view, they're managing risks.
Yeah.
Right. So I mean, if Google takes a chance on you as an intern, they're also managing
Yeah.
risk, right? So I would work at Google for free to experience the systems and
Correct.
learn and
Correct.
understands the ins and outs of the entire processes.
Correct.
Yeah.
So entrepreneur is not come from your daddy mommy money. It's actually coming from your saving and the long hard workings that you want to plan your next milestone.
I mean, tell me about struggles you have with cash flow, right? Because I believe that your finances are very tight. You got pay salary. Are there moments where you wake up in the middle of the night and go like, "Oh, I don't think I can make it for the next payroll"? And how do you deal with that?
Stay positive, think positive, then will be a positive outcome. Not just pray to the Lord, but you have to stay positive. So when you stay positive, is how you constantly in a whirlpool of thinking process to find an options.
I see.
Many options that you should immediately make in action items. So yeah, the salary come the end of the last week of the month. You have at least 3.5 weeks in advance to plan for your next payroll. So you have to constantly think, what can I do? What should I not do? Where should I put my time and focus on? What problem we should not focus on? What problem we should focus? So when you think positive, think about opportunities. Think about the problems first. You think about opportunity, how to proceed your next paycheck to your staff. So you think that way, then things will somehow your whirlpool constant searching for the answers will give some answers.
But I believe there are times where you really sincerely doubt yourself. I mean, I had those times, right? Okay, yes, this is something that is worth pursuing, and I think that will be a breakthrough in terms of the solutions in the market.
Yeah.
But can I get there in time?
Yeah.
You know?
Okay.
I think
So
keyword
what-
in time also.
Yeah, in time.
Right?
So what were those moments like for you when you had self-doubts?
My personal thinking is that when you decided to become an entrepreneur, you should not have doubt in your journey. You must succeed. The moment you start, you must think of finishing. If you don't think of finishing, I suggest not to start. So when doubtful is constantly is there, whether my product is working, are they okay with my product? But that is not doubt. That is where you have to find out. But you have to think you can complete the product. You can deliver the product. You can offer this service at the highest level. You should not thinking that try 1 year, then if cannot, I go back to the corporate world and work. The moment you started the journey, that commitment you must have. Super commitment.
Yeah,
It's,
I
it's,
think
it's,
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 yeah, I think it's really beautiful because what he says here is doubt is constant for entrepreneurs.
I mean, in that respect, I would definitely agree. We have what we call imposter syndrome, right? But a friend also shared with us, imposter syndrome happens because that you're pushing the boundaries. If you're very comfortable, you would never have imposter syndrome because, well, you're just doing what you're really good at, right? So then what imposter syndrome do you have, right? So being doubtful, I guess, is part of pushing the boundaries, the envelope.
Yeah.
But following that is another question, right? Because as entrepreneurs or even business founders or anyone who's just trying to do something, there's also usually we have what we call the 牵绊, or the stuff that you have to carry, right? Whether is it your staff, the responsibilities, your families and all that. Is there a point where you think about this thing called sunk cost fallacy? I've already invested so much, so I should therefore continue. I mean, that is the usual what we call sunk cost fallacy, right? Versus like, you know, this is the right time that you need to pivot or change or do something else.
Yeah, in technologies, it's constantly to reinvest. So it's not that business cannot pay the payroll. We have business, we have revenue, but technologies must constantly do R&D to reinvest. You cannot say the money I have, I'm going to buy a Ferrari. The money you have, you say, we need to think, this money, should we constantly to build? If don't build, we'll be left off. We're not competitive enough. We haven't come to the product that's widely accepted yet. But we know one thing is that if this is not constantly to enhance it, then the customer will take some time to consider because it's very common. If you say you can do UI, I also can do UI, you can do web browser, web development, I also do web browser. So there's tie game. So when you tie game, there is no wow factors for your customer. Why you? There's so many options I have. Not just price is free, but why you? Right? So it's not that just I'll get this done, then you quite say okay,
semi-retire.
I can do it, right? So the money that we have, we plunge it in. So that it will be deficit. But if revenue comes in, a few times that I no salary. Few times, last for few years, 3 years longest. So constantly no money. So where I can send my money? Thanks to my wife, she has a very corporate salary, and we have some shop lots to get rentals, and then we pay my expenses. So we eat healthy but eat less, and then you just knuckle out of it. You know how to survive, because when you have positive mind, you don't feel it. And as I say again, when you see things are progressing, you don't feel tired. You don't have fear. You know to move forward. Yes, your money is keep on hitting you. But on the other hand, you have this positive energy to drive you forward. That's why we cannot be doubtful to yourself. You constantly have to move. But I know the money is important. But in other ways, that's where it's a team effort, right? It's my staff, my family, everything has to on the same picture, the same wavelength.
In those years where you didn't really draw income from the salary and sometimes have to rely on your family resources to keep it going, right? Do you have that sense of insecurity or that you are not providing enough for the family? And how do you deal with that? Because I believe a lot of men, especially, they have this duty that they need to provide for the family, right? So in those years, how do you feel and how do you come to terms?
Yeah, that is where I did a good plan. When I make a lot of money, when I want to retire or continue, I allocate the money for to pay off everything, and education for my children is done. So I left the money. So from there, if I use zero, it's zero. And it was impact back to the negative to the families.
Yes.
But of course, the family will feel equally stressed when you no progress of increasing your financial plan, right?
Yes.
And so there's kind of what if we retire, you get nothing. So when you retire, you tend to have see pay to clinic, hospital more often.
Yeah.
So how you pay this bill, the medical bill, and so forth and so on. How you continue when you're old age, right? So you cannot be so productive. So that's a worry from my family. So I don't think that. As I said, keep positive, keep healthy, keep exercising, keep thinking, and be honest to yourself. Feel is feel, wrong is wrong. You have to just constantly improve yourself. You cannot lie to yourself. The best and the worst enemy is you lying to yourself. So you constantly double check yourself. Yeah, you know what you want, you know what you can do, what you cannot do.
Yeah.
People can see. So you stay focused and be honest to yourself and hope for the best. But hope for the best is not by just sitting down hope, but have plenty of actions to input to it.
Yes.
So that is where you have to think positive lah. So payroll is constantly have that. So for us to make it very maturity stage of the product, to see the product comprehensive is a wow factor. This is the product we're looking for. This is something people have not thought about it. So there is where a lot of money plunge in. It's not losing money. It's not like cannot pay salary. Not, but we can.
Yeah.
Either stop investing or R&D, take the money from get pay from the customer and pay my salary and no R&D.
I see. Yeah.
So that's the decision you have to make. Yeah.
Very inspiring. I feel consoled as well. I mean, it's a real thing, right? Because recently I just saw my LinkedIn, a friend who did a LinkedIn post about how he had multiple sleepless nights running 2 companies at one go, because there are moments where he was worried that he couldn't make the payroll and was staying up late at night, couldn't sleep at all, thinking about what is his next step and drawing it on scrap paper. Like, should I let this person go, or should I keep this person? What do I say to this person if there's delayed payment? He was going through all these in his head, right? And it's a toll on him.
I think as business owners, it's almost compulsory. You have to go through
Compulsory
some things like
experience.
that. Compulsory experience. If you haven't gone through that, like, hey, a bit strange. But I think it's especially now in this time, right, where the technological advancements are incredible, right? I mean, recently we just see whatever AI released. Literally within one day or one night, you can see your entire product, in this case, right? Product almost going, you can foretell that in 6 months down the road, this product will have no place in the market because they have just released something that like literally takes over whatever that you can do, no matter what UI UX you're going to put on the product itself, right? So it's just like this insane times where people, I think as business owners, the ability then to look at the product, to re-innovate, to keep moving and see out of what they're doing, it's going to be very
Crucial.
important. Yeah.
Yeah. So when we see the product, we have to see a totality. Because the way we see is not about volume, we see it about value.
Yeah.
And that's how I make my first pot of gold in ringtones is value. I'm giving value for that users to have their own personalities, uniqueness of his. If I listen jazz, I know you are very sentimental. If you listen to hard rock, I know you are very aggressive. Something like this, right? Everyone has own personalities and uniqueness. So that's called value. So from those young days, whenever the developers be constantly look value, especially the guy says, why, I think I know money. So that is where I constantly think value is the key. It's not about volume. But the China player comes to markets is about volume.
Yes.
But they're now heading to value. So that is another things we have to reconsider how to be very competitive. Healthy competitions is always welcome, but everything has to be reconsidered when things are move in the market. So that is where, as an entrepreneur, you always must step forward, one step track. It's thinking like this. The thing is always, it can be slow forward, but no backward. So when this push, right, when this positive push, you have to move forward. You can't say, I don't know, and tomorrow I don't know, 1 week later I don't know. So you must turn your don't know to less don't know, and more you know, and then Then after you know, how to improve what you know. It's a process of thought leaders, right? You think that way.
Yes.
But you don't think stagnant. You just start trying to retract. Should I, like use some example, should I fire him or reduce salary? What you think is that, okay, I got 4 staff. I maintain him. I can be 2 staff, right? I can work 16 hours. I can do 2 staff and do double shift. Or I mean, that's temporary. It's not sustainable by doing it, but it's a temporary to overcome that shortage.
Yes.
But because your positive drive, your energy spread across yourself, your surrounding also feel that they're positive. Right? So there is a domino effects, ripple effects to your surroundings. The positive, hopefully create positive, and most of the time it's true.
I see.
Positive is not just by thinking, positive is by action. How you deliver the words to in the most crucial moment is not about negative. Pray to Lord, this is the last meal, and all this is not how you preach your team, right? It says we have this opportunity, we hold on this line, and make sure they get on time, and then we can capture this, we can get this customer, this order, and we be fine. You know, stay on the position, stay online, stay on this task. Watch your clock. This is the condition of the requirement, Mister. We must pass.
Yes.
So you have to constantly check what we have missed out.
Yeah.
To be wow factors to present to a customer, because tomorrow 10 o'clock is a meeting. The product have to do the testing and show that is passed.
Yes.
So you can say, try my best, skip it, so good to don't see it. So that is where you'll be not being honest. Entrepreneur have to think more than just the normal stuff, or else become a staff, right?
Yes, correct.
So it's easy, right? Easy to talk, but action is very important, right? You step up, and as a leadership, you have to step up.
Wow.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, beautiful. Okay, I want to talk about your partner. How do you manage to get Visa as your partner? So tell me the journey. You were in Cambodia and you were working out banking technology with them. So when did you manage to get Visa as your partner?
So when I get the first site in Cambodia, called Watana Bank, so one of the tier 1 commercial bank. Once we have this reference site, of course we do with Visa and all these things. And one day the sponsorship came out from my friend, Owen, why don't you do a virtual card?
Oh.
Like Apple Pay and Samsung Pay and Google Pay. But e-wallet, it's a virtual card. So virtual card time during that time, 2018, I said I can do it and I want to do it. So if you want to do it, I introduce to Visa. You present, see you can do it or not. So of course we present by like an interview, right? So what have you done before? Have you done it before?
The same set of questions again.
We have not done virtual card. We have done the kind of physical card. We done card management system integration. We've done many of these related card issuing solutions. You know about compliance? Yes, we know about compliance. This. So, okay, I give it a try. One of the second largest bank in Myanmar.
Wow.
So it says let's do that. We were first time, everything already first, and then in this virtual card with Visa, first test from Visa. We go inside, and understand the whole thing, and a lot of documents to read. And from reading, you must understand to implement, to compliance, to meet the bank policies. So we read fast enough, and we have many questions, and we identify many problems in Visa technologies. We identify tail problems. We stuck with the coding.
Yeah.
I said, why you say this can but cannot, and this is the error. So the Visa at times still renew on the virtual card. So I say, we fix it. They saw us that we helping them to improve
Even
their
fix
own.
their code. I see.
So that's where we impressed them. We impressed the Visa in Singapore, Visa in the US, Visa in Europe, and of course Visa in Myanmar. So they saw us. So the guy said, why this CEO also in the project? So the CEO to be a
Visa CEO.
No.
No, the
you,
Visa.
okay.
Why Norwegian CEO in the project?
Yeah.
He's leading the projects. So I said, okay. So the Visa said, oh, very committed. So and then we get it done during COVID days. We can't fly, but you can do everything remote. So that was so impressed Visa that we have a very good communication skill with Myanmar non-English speaking country.
Yeah.
So you have to do the communications and then communicate to various countries in Visa. Visa is a global company. There are many technical teams to talk to different time zones. So they see our attitude, our commitments, our competencies. That's why we score a lot of brownie points and real points from Visa. So Visa says that you are qualified in the digital payments of Visa.
Wow.
Okay. They said, give me a profile, we submit to Visa.
Yeah.
So at the time, the Visa gave us a pilot because many of the technology is still a pilot.
Yeah.
So even join program is still pilot. So anybody join Visa at the time in digital journey is all pilot.
Right.
So that's where we said pilot is fine lah. Pilot then better than no pilot. So I said just submit and no Visa. Then we take logo in Visa, not in our website. Our company logo is Visa website. That give us a lot of weightage and confidence to our customers. Yeah.
Wow. So at that moment, right, I think your approach throughout your entrepreneur journey has always been partnering with giants. So in the past, in telco, you partner with Nokia, Ericsson, the top, right? And then now in banking, you also partner with Visa. Versus a company that maybe goes more B2C and goes more in terms of volume of customers, right? So in your thinking and your approach, right, what do you think is the pros and cons of partnering with bigger boys to start?
Big system, another manner of analogy to explain is that big systems like buildings, multi-stories, tens or maybe close to 100-story heights. The foundation of the architect, the safety requirements is different from building a single story or double story or 5-story buildings. So when you have this kind of practice of how to have consistent and meeting higher standards of safety standards, that's where you learn on the process, how to build a sustainable, expandable, and reduce the cost and increase the profit margin. Working with big company, they have this kind of structures, practice. Working this on giant companies, they do have this practice in every single process. That's why getting Visa to recognize us that I can build a 50-story higher buildings compared to another contractor can build 2-story buildings or 10-story of condo apartments. You stand at different categories.
Yeah.
Of course, we want to demand higher pay for having these higher margins.
Yeah.
So how you differentiate yourself that you are better is to have some credential, not yourself proclaim or your neighbor say you are good or your brother say you're good. You have to be public to proclaim that to give this statement. So Visa gives a lot of knowledge for us when we enter to a bid or tender.
Yeah. So it's interesting because we talk about the difference in the B2B and the B2C approach. And typically for SMEs, right, they usually go more B2C.
Yeah.
And I feel that is the easier way to get started. Your first 100 customer paying you 97 a month. That kind of concept.
Yeah.
Whereas B2B, it's a less talk about game.
Yeah.
There's less playbooks to prove it because a lot of it has to do with relationships.
Yeah. Well, I think that there is also a minor difference there, because when we're talking about products where there is a high differentiation point versus a consumer product, for example, where it is, I would say a lot of consumer products out there that are 90% the same, the functionalities and stuff. Then, of course, the ability to reach out to a bigger brand or to be able to partner with a bigger brand to do that kind of brand leverage is significantly more difficult or lesser in chance and probability as well. So I guess it's also partly on the product as well. because there is a certain level of product that you guys can do, that then Visa can look at you and say, okay, then that is something that we need as well in our company. Yeah, versus a more mass consumer type, I think. Yeah.
I remember the analogy you shared, which I really love. He was like, okay, look at the tall building outside, this tall building. Would you rather aim for that one tall building, or would you rather work with many small buildings beside it? Yeah.
Right.
Can you repeat this to the audience in terms of your perspective?
So this perspective is related to either B2B or B2C. So when you want to build those small houses, you tend to have it's a lot of work to do and different customizations and many follow-ups to do. Every house different design, your bedroom different, or the height is different. So that take a lot of time and reach out the market. We want to enter the market the shortest time we can get. So rather than do one standard high-rise building. So you can deliver faster, and you got a lot of standardizations, and you do save a lot of cost and increase your profit margin.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course, building a higher buildings is a lot of safety guidance and certification you need to do. But with this kind of certification, you actually can aim for higher profit because higher value. So that's where we think about B2C or B2B. So I say B2B. Of course, B2B needs certification.
Yes.
B2C may not need certification. It says the owner likes you and then likes to build a house, right?
Yeah.
So that's the difference between B2B and B2C. Tougher, but rest assured.
I see. So currently, how many banks have you partnered with, or where is your presence right now in the world?
We just started in Southeast Asia over the past 11 years. This year, our company is already 11 years. So this year, we'll grow beyond Southeast Asia. Not just Singapore is becoming one of the opportunity, but we're also going for Eastern Europe, South America, West Africa. All this one step ahead, one step nearer to your crossing line.
Yeah.
So we call it Middle East, those tan, right? Kazakhstan, Pakistan. So that's a new opportunity there. They are ready.
Yes.
They're very ready.
And very hungry.
Yes, they are ready. They have this vision and objective to make financial services to improve. Not like the last time I had to suffer by how I transfer money. So they want to improve that.
Yeah.
So there's the opportunity to grow from there. We have about 6 banks today, and we have 4 non-banks. So at 10, and I think this year we can grow at least another 5 more.
Wow.
Yeah, because of the technology deployments, you can deploy very fast.
Yeah.
Because we have this product which later we introduced that is what the market is looking for. The banks are looking for. Yeah.
Wow, amazing. And what does, because recently you have raised 20 million, congratulations.
Thank you.
Which is Series A funding, right? What does that mean to you personally?
It's a new lifeline for us. So now we don't have to constantly struggle to get new projects to fund our R&D. So this is where we can accelerate our product, reach out to our B2B markets more effectively. Because today a lot of things they want to see is believing.
Yes.
Slides, Zoom call is as much level of understanding you can get. But when you see, touch and feel, then people have a sense of confidence and when use it, and people can relate it easier. Like you say, looking at the pictures says 1,000 words.
Yeah.
But that's on the slide deck. But I found a new term that showing the live things is represent millions of words.
Wow.
So it's the 20 millions is actually help us to see the customer and show real thing, real systems, not slide deck. It could be, it should be, and it would be. It won't be that way of presenting. It's more like, look, here's the thing, you can feel it, you can use it now, compared to send proposals, send emails, call conference call more than 10 times. The time is the essence, so you can't have time waiting.
Yeah.
So when we don't have this funding, then we have to go through this kind of journey. by your funding, you can shorten these sales cycles tremendously.
Well, it was an incredible episode.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for tuning in to Man on a Mission show. And if you know of someone who is going through the same entrepreneur journey, right, as of Owen in his earlier days, and how they struggle to make ends meet, or how they are constantly doubting themselves, right, really share this video and this story to them to give them inspiration and hope. Right, and remember, stay grounded, stay curious, and always keep to the finishing line of what you started. Yes.
Yes.
Beautiful.